Hello, welcome. It is Synth Network Live. We are live, as the title suggests, and as I've just said, I think twice. Welcome. It's episode 323. It is Friday, the 12th of June. It's almost summer solstice, not far off now. And then the days will just start getting shorter. Those nights will start drawing in. And it'll be winter and Christmas again before we know it. Anyway, we're wishing the summer away. Let's not do that just yet anyway. Let's talk about synthesizers and all kinds of things related to that. We've got a bit of news to go through today. We've got a very interesting, a very interesting viewer's piece of music because I don't want to spoil it, but something peculiar happened when this person sent it in, and I listened to it, and it goes, that sounds familiar. Anyway, more about that later, but stay tuned for that. We will play that at some point during the show. We've got some news. It's still fairly quiet. I think next week will be a little busier because we've got our friends from Cherry Audio coming on. But we'll briefly talk about that later because they've got a new promo that's teasing us as to what it is. I mean, we know what it is, but you don't. And so it'll be fun. But yeah, those guys are coming on next week, so make sure you put that in your diaries. Before we do anything else, let me just remind you all that if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Please don't make me beg. Don't make me beg. Subscription costs you nothing. It literally is just the click of a button, and that's all. Nothing else happens. But it tells YouTube that people are enjoying what we do. And so if you subscribe to us, that means a heck of a lot to us. And also, if you want to be notified of new shows, then click the notifications bell, and you can customize your notifications. But you don't have to have them. Just click subscribe. Go on, do it now. If you haven't done it, do it now. Also, if you want to comment throughout the show, you can do so through the YouTube chat, or if you're watching on Twitch, on the Twitch chat, or if you're watching on Facebook, you can do it in the Facebook page underneath the video. You can comment there as well, and we see all those comments. And if you know somebody who might enjoy the show and they don't already watch them, please do share us around. We quite like that. So if you have a question during the show, make sure you preface it with a large capital Q, and make sure you put a question mark at the end, because we have a system here that sees question marks and says, oh, that's a question, we'll pop it in the question bucket. So make sure you put a capital Q at the front of it for my eyes, and put a question mark at the end of it for the system. And that way we hopefully won't miss your question. So please do that. We are completely community funded, which basically means you guys keep the lights on for us, and we are deeply, deeply grateful. And the one way that you can support us doing that is through our Patreon page, which is, there we go, prosynthnetwork.com/Patreon. If you go to that page there, you can subscribe for a minimum of $2 per month. You can start and stop as often as you like, and as long as you are subscribed, you get access to all the cool stuff that we put there, such as free decent sampler instruments. There's a whole bunch of those from the likes of predominantly Gare Hughes at Custom Sonics. So he's super generous with his stuff, and we put a bunch of drum machines up last week, which was very apt because we had the guys from Bukes. We had Kim, Bjorn and Ollie Freck on a week or two ago talking about their new book, Beat Gems, which has now fully finished and is almost 200% funded. So that book's going to happen. And I was with Ollie actually on Tuesday, and it's all getting a bit hectic. So it's definitely going ahead and all happening. So yeah, you can go and grab all this stuff from our Patreon page, and there's also other exclusive content such as ad-free videos or exclusive videos that you only get on the Patreon page. If you don't like Patreon, you can use YouTube, and you can become a YouTube channel member. And if you become a YouTube channel member, you get all of those free things as well. So both things will get you free stuff. So if you want to support us, that's a great way of doing it. And we love your support. We deeply appreciate it. And we are still here over 6 years on because you help us be here. So that's cool, and we love you for it. Another way that you can help top up the coffers is by visiting our merchandise store, prosynthnetwork.com/merch, where you can buy things like t-shirts and stuff with our logos on, water bottles with our logos on, placemats with our logos on, badges and hats and t-shirts and jumpers and hoodies and bathing costumes. And yeah, just loads of stuff on there. So if you want to wear our gear and spread the word and help us stay on the air, then that's a great way of doing it. The merchandise store. We also have a Discord channel, which is slowly kind of picking up in terms of its usage. And I like that a lot. And I wish more of you would use it because it's a great resource. Why did that disappear? Look at that. Why is it doing that? There we go. Let's turn that off. Discord, prosynthnetwork.com/Discord. You can go over there and there's loads of channels with lots of different things. If you want to share your music, if you want to sell your gear, if you want to buy some gear, there's channels for all of that stuff. If you just want to nerd out with your fellow synth heads, that's a great place to do it. You can also find us over on most of the social media channels: YouTube, Facebook, Blue Sky, Twitch, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Although I think I'm going to just wind a couple of those down because we never use them and nobody ever uses them to talk to us anyway. But if that's your thing, you can do that. And our handle across all of those is at ProSynth Network. So there you go. That is all of our kind of business out of the way. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for supporting us financially or otherwise. I also need to say a big thank you to our friend Steve Elbows, who is in the chat. He's got a big spanner after his name. It's not because he's a bit of a tool, it's because he's a moderator, and therefore he looks after the chat. He makes sure that if we get anybody untoward in there, he'll kick their ass out of there. But he'll also do really cool things like post links to stuff as we're talking about it. So it's always good to see that I don't tell him what we're talking about. So either he's telepathic or he's very quick on the keyboard. And I really suppose I should include him in that list that I send out every week to everyone else, which I don't. I'm sorry, Steve. Oh, it's not a spanner anymore on the screen. It's just a blue thing. Oh, yeah, that's it. It's a little blue shield. On my screen, it's a spanner. See, I still think of you as a bit of a tool, but everyone thinks you're a bit of a shield. There you go. Anyway, welcome to you. And we do have some other moderators, but I think Steve is the only one that's in there at the moment. So hi to him. Thank you very much to him. And welcome one and all. Thank you for joining us on this lovely, what is a very sunny Friday evening here, certainly on the east coast of the United Kingdom. And let's see what it's like up in bluish Scotland by bringing in our resident jock, Mr. Scott McAuley. How you doing?
It's blowing a hoolie up here.
not Miss Hooley.
No.
You're not blowing Miss Hooley, yeah.
The weather up here's been pretty rubbish, really. It's off and on. Yeah, it's not that great, but it's been steady away. It's been a few weeks since I've been in.
I know, right? I've forgotten what you look like. You seem better
wife's
lit.
Cars. Seen what?
You seem better lit as well today.
I've got a little light above my head because I'm going to be showing you this prologue thing, this mini log. So I've got a little light above.
You are popping from the screen, and that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. Anyway, yeah, so you're saying showing us cars, giving you a bit of spot bother this week.
Well, it's a goner. We've gotten rid of it now. Well, it's in the garage getting repaired, but it's been traded in. It's that last Friday. It was the turbo that had exploded underneath the car, so that's done and dusted now. It was a £1,500 repair. So yeah, so she was like, right, that's it. The car's going. So she's traded it in. So I think on the 26th of this month, she gets her new one. So
nice.
She'll be happy.
Good, yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, it's just been steady away, working on these oscillators that we'll show you tonight. But,
yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, and apart from that, it's just oscillators and then a little bit of sound design, testing them out and back and forward, finding little glitches with them and then going back and trying to fix the little niggles with the oscillators. But I think we're there. I think I'm just about there now with them. So.
Any new banks released on scottmccauleysounds.co.uk?
Nothing new as late. The last one was Form, I think.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I think the last one was the Form. No, Multipoly. Was Multipoly after the Form, I think? And then there was Minilog. Yeah, so there's been a few. But the Prologue was the last one was Minilog because Prologue was next. But then I really started designing these oscillators to give myself a better palette of sounds to work with because it's such an old synth and a lot of the sounds have been covered already. So I thought, make some new oscillators that nobody else has got, and then it's a whole new palette of sounds that no one else has got as well, you know. So, and I'm just going to give the oscillators away for free, and then they'll just get that with the pack when they buy the pack as a sort of take them. It's fine. I'm not going to sell the oscillators. It's just a gift really to people. So if there's any problems with them, don't come back to me.
No warranty, promised
yeah,
or
exactly.
implied.
They're given away, so there's no warranty with them.
Oh, dear. Well, good to have you back, mate. As always,
good
to see you. And we will be coming back to Scotty in a little while because we're going to talk about those oscillators for the log range of synthesizers. Right, let's now go back down south. Well, I say near my neck of the woods. It's certainly a lot closer to me than Scotty is. It's Mr. Kent Spong, everyone.
Bonsoir.
With his lovely Sinners Music T-shirt on.
Yeah, I know. Good, isn't it?
Look at that, yeah. It came up nice out of the wash because you got that a bit grubby the other time.
Within about 10 seconds of putting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I coughed while I was drinking coffee and it went everywhere.
Yeah.
Twat.
And where can you get Sinners Music Records T-shirts from?
Well, it came in the post, so I suppose from the post.
From the postman.
Yeah.
It's from Sinners Music.
Is.
Is it .co.uk? I don't know. I'm sure Steve will put a link in there. I'm pretty sure I saw Ian in the chat as well. He'll be quick enough to tell you. But buy those from Ian, along with lots of other goodies. How's your week been?
It was sick as a pig for the first half of it.
Oh, yes, you were. You said.
Yes. So it didn't turn out to be anything, serious. So cool.
Good.
Yeah, but that's cool. So and the latter half I've just built the temporary spray booth.
Oh yes.
And Fiona is in the process of building a sandblasting box. So
what does that consist of?
Basically making a box with a clear lid and holes with gloves for sandblasting. I think it's 1,000 grits glass, powdered glass she's using. So
You know what I saw recently? I saw somebody ice blasting.
I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Yes,
It was
I've heard about this.
It was a channel that I watch. And it's a guy, I think he's somewhere in the Midlands, but it's a VW thing, and he bought a VW Phaeton, a W12 VW Phaeton that his dad used to have. And it's not the same one, but it's the same type that his dad used to have. So he bought it kind of out of nostalgia, but it needed a lot of work. It was a bit of a shed find or a barn find.
Yeah.
And he dropped the subframe out, and he took it to this company, and they blast it with ice, and it's amazing. It's so quick, and it's just a stunning thing. Yeah, so cool. Very, very cool.
Well, we'll see how this works out anyway, because she's got her, I think it's 5-stage chroming process that she has to do on it all, which is there's so many cans of chemicals down there. I don't know what's going on anymore. So.
You weren't sick those few days. You were just high on something or coming down off of something.
No, I was bad.
Yeah, spare the details.
Yeah. Oh, no, not good. You don't want to go there. No.
Anyway, right. Well, there you go. That's your lot. We've got no Mr. Longhurst. Mr. Longhurst is taking a well-deserved night off. So, no Mr. Longhurst. And Jason is... Jason's got a panda visiting. All the way from China. No, all the way from Exeter, I believe. He's got Panda come around to sort his words, not mine, to sort his back end out.
Oh.
Go figure.
Yeah, best leave that there.
Go figure. There you go. By the way, if you want to
Kenneth
buy...
Williams thing, don't you?
Yeah. Ooh, matron.
Oh, I say matron.
Get it out! If you want to buy Sinners Music merch, there you go. There's the link on the screen right now. Thank you, Mr. Steve Elbows, with your Ableton Push icon or avatar, whatever you call it. There you go. Jason did say he would try and pop into the chat every now and again. But here's another Sinners Music link. I think we need to ask Ian for some payments here. All the advertising we're giving. Yeah, Sinners Music. Go and check out Sinners Music. That's our very own good friend Ian Cole and his endeavours. I don't know. Is he in Edinburgh yet? Is it Fringe? Is Fringe on yet? I know he's planning.
I don't think it's yet, is it?
He's in the chat, so it can't be that busy because normally I guess at this time of night he's sat in the theatre watching something or someone.
Fringe is usually sort of late July, August time.
Yeah. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff on his channel about Fringe, but I didn't know whether it was from the Fringe or leading up to the Fringe.
Laying the
groundwork.
The band from the Edinburgh Tattoo played all the Scottish supporters getting on the plane to go over to America today. They were all marching through with their bagpipes and their drums through the airport behind all the people going onto the planes over to the States, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet.
It gave me goosebumps, that one.
There was something on the news tonight. They flew a piper out from somewhere in Scotland, and he was playing the Star Spangled Banner on his bagpipes in a bar in Boston or something like that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow night, isn't it, Haiti? The first Scotland game.
Yeah.
England don't play till Wednesday. There's been a few good games. I watched the highlights of the Czechoslovakia South Korea game. South Korea, yeah, they look impressive. And Mexico did a number on South Africa as well. 3 people sent off. One Mexican, 2 South Africans. It was a bit of a lively game, that one. But hopefully the football will, take over from all the other horrible stuff that's kind of going on over there, and we'll hopefully see some good stuff. But anyway, we're not talking about football, we're not talking about cars, we're talking about synthesizers, my friend. And there's some interesting news and some good stuff. There's some free stuff that we can talk about, which is very cool. We're going to talk about also Scotty's log oscillators, which sounds a bit odd, getting his log out, but been doing some stuff there. Let's first of all let's talk about this one, because I've had this one on test for a few weeks, and I thought, a bass synthesizer. How interesting can a bass synthesizer be? Turns out, quite. There you go. This is the brand new instrument from, and it is an instrument. It's not a plug-in that goes into Falcon or anything. This is a standalone plug-in instrument called Rumble. It's a multi-band bass synthesizer, and its unique feature is that rather than just build a sound from a set of oscillators going through filters and modulations, you are building a bass sound through frequency. So like that advert that I forget what the Native Instruments thing, and the person on screen goes, you have your low sounds, you have your mid sounds, and you have your high sounds, which kind of like is yeah. You have low frequencies, mid frequencies, and high frequencies, and you can now shape your bass sound based on those frequencies. So each of those frequencies or those areas has its own set of oscillators and envelopes and LFOs and filters, and they can all be multi-modulated. And this diagram here kind of demonstrates it quite well. So body on the left, that's your sub frequencies, your very low frequencies, and then you have character, and then you have air, which is kind of the higher end of stuff. And you can shape your sound in those individual areas, and you can, as you can see, you've got different bars there. So you've got this horizontal bar with 3 grab points, so that allows you to increase or decrease the frequencies in those 3 sections. But you can also limit the size or increase the size of those sections with these vertical bars and the grab handles that you can move just there. So it gives you quite a level of control over the bass sound itself. And the engines, you've got I think it's 9 different types of oscillator. There you go. Analog or virtual analog, a morphing phase distortion type, a phoneme type, a wavefolding type. There's wavetables with phase distortion modes. There's noise. There's a sampler. There's a kick drum engine, so you get that kind of punch in the bass. And then there's a dual carrier, dual modulator FM with cubic non-linearity. Then you have 10 different wave shaping modes with per band AM injection. So you have all of these different wave shaping modes, and then you have 10 effects with feedback loops in there as well. And this is per engine. There's 3 of these engines that run parallel with each other. And you've got lots of filter shapes and options in there, and loads of modulation options, and a very extensive mod matrix where you can assign all sorts of different things to all sorts of different other things, with multi-stage envelope generators as well, and there's analog drift going on in there. Then there's a multiband compressor and a master EQ, but it really does allow you to kind of get in there and shape your bass sound very specifically. And I know that certainly in some of the more modern music genres that the kids are all into these days, bass is hugely important. Because that's kind of the main feature. You know, there are subgenres of, you know, that it's just called bass music. But then you also got jungle and drum and bass and other forms of dance music where the bass is crucial. So to be able to tweak it in a very exacting manner through frequency and not just through oscillators, you know, the traditional way. I was playing around with this and coming up with some very punchy or very kind of full-bodied kind of bass. So you can use it for pretty much anything. It's very, very cool. Let's go to our resident sound designer and ask him, what do you think of this, Scott? Any of you have tried it at all?
I haven't tried it, but it's intriguing. A lot of the sort of workflow it reminded me of, albeit it's a different thing, but it kind of reminded me of, you know, when you're working with like fab filters saturator. Yeah. And you're sort of focusing on each band, trying to get the saturation right, and it's that kind of workflow, I think. You've just got so much more control over the sound itself. I think it'll be massively used in dubstep. Listening to the
absolutely
the demos there, but I'm sure it can do way more than what they're actually letting you hear just in that short demo. It can. Yeah, it could probably go from seriously extreme to pretty good, just nice basses, you know.
It does. I mean, you know, obviously the presets are designed to show off all this stuff, and there are sounds in there that I wouldn't even go close to because it's just not my sort of thing. But there's some really nice big fat bass sounds in there, some punchy, you know, kind of FM stuff in there as well. And you can really sculpt the sound a lot with these different, with this top area here. Where you've got the band splitter, and you can use it as a mixer and an EQ and a compressor. So depending on what you've chosen, that display changes. But yeah, I mean, you've got the three sections. So body, character, and air, and they've you select them here at the top, and then each of these controls then relates to that section of the sound generation. But I mean, it's got a very we say this a lot now, and I guess it's just the influence that Pigments has had on the software synthesizers. It has a very color-based visual element to it, and it's very easy to kind of understand. And those envelope generators, they're a lot of fun. I was messing around with those when I first got it, and you get them going in the background on each section. And it makes it a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
It'll be very useful for dialing out certain frequencies as well, like when you're wanting to try and fit a bass with a kick and things like that.
Absolutely,
you've got so much control over it. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a different take on
a lot
bass
of modern
synthesis.
A lot of modern dance music obviously relies heavily on the bass frequencies. And to get that blend of the kick and the bass sound, and to make sure that they're both doing their thing and having their impact, being able to just fine-tune the bass because you've got that kind of level of control. You've also got these macros at the top here, and there are, I think it's 16 macros. There's 2 banks of 8 that you can select through, so you can assign wobble if you want, and dimension and formant, so you can increase and decrease those things just through the macros. It's very cool. Ken, any thoughts on this?
This is quite appropriate, considering that most of the sounds in that video were same sounds I was making at the beginning of the week. Would you believe? So it's no, this is for the bloods, isn't it? It's it's for
the young people who want to make dance music.
The young people among us. Yes. It's very in depth, I must admit.
They were very excited about this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because, like you say, the bass is the key in a lot of the trap and hip hop and all the rest of it. So yeah, I mean, personally, bass synth preset, or when I'm doing orchestral stuff, is to have a sine wave at maybe 2 octaves below the double basses.
I bet you can make some damn good brands and stuff with it, though, Kent.
I bet you could.
Yeah. For film scores and things, some real cool sort of low end.
Well, yeah, some of the it would actually come under more like effects rather than actual bases. But yeah, I mean it's a good price and it seems to be very very in depth. But like I say, it seems to be very younguns orientated.
Yeah, I'm sure there's. It has a
or
broad...
anybody that's in that kind of music.
Yeah,
you can,
I mean,
you
this
can
is
have oldies that are into that kind of music.
Yeah,
so
squarely aimed at the dance music genres. I'm just going to just see if I can just fire it up here. Here we go. And let me just bring this. So I just want to kind of show people. Where are we? Let's bring that there, and we'll present this, and we'll stop that, and we'll bring this onto screen. Window rumble. There's a rumble in my jungle, and there we go. Right, so this is an instance of it running. So let's just bring up a preset. We'll just bring up the first preset that's in there, and let's go back to the synth engine here. So as you can see, we've got these three areas here. So you've got body, character, and air, and each one, when you select it, it highlights. So body is in this kind of lovely shade of pink, and then all of the settings underneath here now relate to that part of the section. So you've got these 9 different oscillators that you can choose from. So this one currently uses a virtual analog. You can then choose the different. There's 2 different levels of waves that you can have, including noise, pulse width modulation. You can set the octave and the semitones and the fine tuning of each of those as well. You can have a shaper in there, which allows you to change the shape. So there's clippers, there's damps, there's noise, there's hyperfolding, all sorts of things going on in there. Then you've got your filters. Now your filters, you've got 6 key sort of core filters, but if we choose, say for example, the analog filter, actually no, well, let's choose the variable filter. You've then got, within the variable filter, you've got low pass, full pole, high pass, band pass, so on and so forth. There's loads of different options to have. This is very extensive. Then you've got an effects section per section of the synth sound. So you've got the effects there, and you've got loads of different options within there. Then here you've got your modulation matrix, and you've got LFO1, LFO2, LFO3, LFO4. You've got multi-stage envelopes just here. You've got random modulations there, and so on and so forth. So there's just loads of stuff that you can be messing around with. And then you've got these 16 different macros that you can assign different things to. So if we say, for instance, we change this, so you can see that you can move each of these along and extend the range or decrease the range, if you will, of those areas within the sound, and you can do that for each of the sections. You can really get very surgical with this, which is pretty impressive. I'm just going to go to something else that's a bit more. I'm trying to remember which some of these have some wild and crazy shit going on. But yeah, it's very capable. So this top level screen, you've got this band split, then you've got the compressor, then you've got the equalizer. So you can then go in and mess around with the equalization.
So it's got an EQ built in as well.
Yeah. So you can do some pretty
it's very
cool
comprehensive,
stuff.
Isn't it?
Yeah. But it's
I love the UI. The UI is fab.
It's I keep looking at it and thinking, that's and a lot of synths are doing this now. They're taking their cue from something like Pigments, because I think Pigments has just really shown people this is the way to come up with a usable, visual, understandable interface for a software synth. And you've got an overall limiter, everything, because obviously bass can get quite in your face, as they say. So there's a master limiter in there as well, which is something we see on Cherry Audio synths quite a bit. Is a limiter in there. But
has it got a compressor, Rob? Is there a compressor in there? No. That'd be quite handy pair.
Don't I'm not entirely sure it's got a global compressor.
You've got the saturator there. See a saturator.
Good question.
It may be in the effects. They're maybe just classing that as an effect.
Yeah, I don't know if it gives it a different. I know whether Smasher is.
It could just be heavy compression. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Don't know. But
cool though.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Very cool. Very cool indeed. And as I said before, this is. Let me just let's go back to the thing. This is actually UVI's first ever plugin that isn't Falcon or Workstation. So this is their first kind of proper instrument plugin, because obviously they've done some effects plugins, but this is their first proper instrument plugin outside of Falcon, which is quite a big thing for them, and they're very, very excited about it. So and with good reason. So if you want this, you can get it at the moment. It's going to be €199 at full price, but you can get it 50% off as an intro price all the way through to June 28th for just €99, which I think is about 78, 80, maybe 80 something pounds. Of course, if you are a UVI Sonic Pass subscriber, it's already there. Go and download it. Just go to the UVI portal and download and have fun with it. It is rather good. Thanks for the link there, Steve. So yeah, that's UVI's Rumble multi-man bass synthesizer. Go ahead and enjoy. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what else we've got that's new. Let's have a look at this. This has got a very nice, very short little trailer. Only 15 seconds. Too short that was. Thank you.
All change.
All change. Let me just call this the right screen up. There we go. This is Minilab 37. Here it is. Look.
Hey.
There's one in the flesh. Let's bring this. Whoa, where's my thing? I'm trying to do everything one-handed here. There we go. It's Minilab 37, which is like the Minilab 25. Well, it's not actually called the Minilab 25. It's just called the Minilab. But it is a standard controller with 8 pads, and this time 37 velocity-sensitive keys with touch, bend, and modulation. 4 sliders, 8 rotaries, and 8 pressure and velocity-sensitive pads, along with there's a chord feature, there's an arpeggiator in there. On the back, as far as connectivity is concerned, you've just got standard MIDI and USB-C, but there's also a sustain pedal or expression pedal, whatever you want to stick in there, socket. And it's lightweight, and it's €149 MSRP, but I've seen it being sold for 139 or around that. When they sent this to me, I was like, it's not a lot to get excited about here, because it's just a MIDI controller with some pads on it. It doesn't do, it's not like a Keylab, which has got a whole bunch of stuff going on in there. This is just a lightweight, portable 37-note controller. And that's it. That's all it does. It does exactly what it says on the tin. One of the nice things about the Arturia controllers is that if you have V Collection, it automatically maps to everything. As soon as you fire up a V Collection instrument, then you get the display. I mean, it's a very small display. I will show you this. So it's that little window you see at the top. That's it. Yeah. Just there. That's all you get. So it's quite a small display. But you've got this multifunction rotary, which is also a clickable switch in there as well. And you get a selection of music software. So you get Analog Lab Intro, you get Ableton Live Lite, you get a little bit of Complete Select, trial to the Loop Cloud and Melodic subscriptions as well. And it's available in white and black from the get-go. Normally they release the white one first, then the black one 6 months later. And it has those faux wooden end cheeks, which is just a sticker at the end of the day. But it's those slim keys, not mini keys. It's those kind of slim, what are they called? keys, and that's it. It's just a controller, but it's lightweight, it's portable. You get a USB cable with it, you just plug it in, and away you go. Something to take away on holiday, do you think, or what do you reckon?
That's the type of thing that I would have purchased when I was offshore, because I always had a MacBook with me offshore, and I actually used the little CME, the slim CME keyboard, which was great. It was perfect for offshore because it just allowed you to play in some riffs rather than using the Mac keyboard. But the likes of things like that, for people on the go, on the move all the time, it's just something you can throw in a rucksack and away you go. Yeah, it's these things, the small ones have definitely got their place. They've definitely got their place for people. Even if it's people with little racks of the Behringer gear and it's just a little controller for that. I see so many people using these little Arturia keyboards, even the Keystep or whatever, just to control little modulars that they've got in their studio, just so they've got an instant hands-on for it,
Yeah.
But they've definitely got their place.
I think I'd rather have the Keystep than the Mini Lab, because the Keystep has got a bit more going for it, in terms
you can do a bit more because it's got arpeggiators and stuff in it.
And
sequencer.
So you've got a bit more going on. But I mean, if you are just looking for something, a controller, apparently it was the number one requested feature of the Mini Labs is that they do a 37-note Mini Lab, and so they've gone from the 25, which obviously is a little smaller, although it's a little deeper, front to back. This one's a little narrower, but it has the 37 keys. Because I'm sat here thinking I'm going away on holiday in a few months, and I'm going to be away for about just over 2 weeks. So I'll definitely want something to occupy a dull evening on a balcony sipping my vino. And I'm thinking, do I take this or do I take a Keystep 37? And I'm leaning more to the Keystep 37. I'd love to take the Keystep Pro, but it's a little bit too big. I don't know, but it's an interesting little thing. Something for the bed, Kent? Plugged into
No,
something
I got
else?
my Keystep. I mean, this is ideal for people coming into the game. Anyway, in a good price, a good starter price. But I think it should come in 3 colours. It should come in the black, it should come in the white, and it should come in the off yellow. So, and you call that the vintage one, because they all go bloody off yellow, don't they?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was looking, actually, you look over my rack now. I've got so many of these Arturia controllers. I've got the mini Lab, the very smallest one. Then I've got the regular one, the 25. Now I've got the 37. I've got the 2 Keysteps, the 25 and the 37. I've got the Keystep Pro. And they're all white. And they're all still rather white. They haven't actually faded at all. But
yeah, mine's faded. She's old, but I mean, it's faded.
It's the sunshine coming in the window as well, which we don't get too much bother with it up here because we don't see much sun.
Don't live in LA, mate. What's the matter with you? For Christ's sake.
I'll tell you the one thing I wish it did have, but it would have affected the price, because I think I've seen these for €139, so again you're probably looking about 120 quid. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a store selling these for nearly just £100. But what it doesn't have, which is something I love on my Key Lab, my big Key Lab, is the touch sensitive controls. So that when you just touch the control, because these are freely assignable and there's no strips underneath to tell you what's going on, by touching those controls on my Key Lab, my big Key Lab, or also on the Astro Lab as well, the screen tells you, as soon as you touch it, it tells you what it's controlling, and so you don't have to guess. But of course, being a low cost keyboard, this doesn't have that feature, and I kind of wish it did, because when you press the pads it does it, but not those. I'm guessing that technology probably isn't that cheap, and I'm probably asking way too much from what is supposed to be an affordable keyboard controller that goes anywhere. But they are, honestly, Arturia are killing it as far as the controller market is concerned. In recent months, they've released the Mark II Keystep 37, the Mark II Keystep 25, this, Not long ago, they did the Micro Lab, which is the very small one. And of course, they got the Key Labs, which are the big ones. The 60, the 49, the 61, the 88, in both essential and full blown formats, all updated.
Yeah.
They've pretty much got that market cornered. And every time I see, like, Novation just released an updated version of one of their controllers, and it's sort of like you just scroll past it. You just don't think about anybody else doing MIDI controllers these days. And before anybody asks, no, it doesn't have polyphonic aftertouch. It doesn't have, actually. These ones don't have aftertouch. Period. They just have velocity. But the pads have poly aftertouch.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Brand new controller from Arturia, the Minilab 37. It's available now in all good music stores and some bad ones too. So enjoy that one. Right. Let's see. Tell you what. Let's have an interlude now, because we're almost getting close to the halfway point, and I don't want to burn through too much. So we've got a couple of viewer pieces of music, which has turned out to be a rather well-received new section of the show, which I'm very happy about. If you want to send in your music, by the way, all you got to do is send in the music, hopefully as a video. So if you haven't filmed anything or put together some footage, just use one of these kind of visualizer applications that just comes up with fancy graphics. It doesn't have to be anything special. We're interested in the music, but it's easier for us to play it out as a video rather than a piece of audio. We've got a very good friend of the show. We've known him years. His name is Robert Fatdusk Hecksch, and he sent me a message. He said, "Would you like a piece of my music?" I said, "Of course I would." So he sent in a piece of music, and along with a visualization, which we'll play for you in just a moment. And I played it, and I thought, this is rather good, but this also sounds incredibly familiar. And I had to scratch my head for a little while, and then I realised that it sounded like something that I'd put out about 17 or 18 years ago. Well, I say put out. My SoundCloud and my YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel, tells me that I uploaded it 17 years ago. I think I might have written it before then. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll come to that in just a moment. I want you to hear Robert's piece of music first of all. So this is, I hope I pronounced this right. This is Robert Fatdusk Hecksch, and the track is called Piotr. Robert Fat Does Hex. There you go.
There you go.
The name of the track is Pyotr, Pyotr, and yeah, a bit of a banger that. And so he sent me that, and I listened to it, and I thought, yeah, brilliant track, but there's definitely something very familiar. So I went back through, and I found this track that I had published about, well, according to SoundCloud, 16 years ago, according to YouTube, 17 years ago. It could have been, I can't remember exactly when I recorded it, but I remember recording it because I had got Ableton live and I was trying to figure it out, and I just got the CS80 Arturia plugin, and there was a patch that I'd got from Glenn Darcy which was called Bladehorn. Go figure. Guess what that one was like. And so I wanted to do something with that as a lead, and so I'd also got Absinthe, and the very astute ASIO head in the chat says, I remember that patch, Absinthe patch, and there is this Absinthe patch which I rediscovered when Absinthe 6 came out, and I'd forgotten all about it, and I was flicking through the presets, and this one came out. I was like, oh my god, I wrote a whole piece around that patch, and that's the patch that you hear after about 20 seconds in Robert's piece, and it goes through all the way through it. And we used it kind of in a similar way. Now my track is not like Robert's. It's a little bit more gentle, shall we say, but I thought I'm going to indulge myself because it's my show. So I'm going to play my track and see what you think. And it's not a competition, guys. You don't have to choose which one you like better than that. But I thought it was just such a coincidence. Turns out, by the way, Robert did that track about 16 years ago as well. So we must have both bought Absinthe at the same time and going through it, and we both kind of tuned in on that preset and thought, that sounds good. Now, I think the preset was called Out There, although I think it might be the name of the drum loop that I used at the beginning of this. But anyway, the only video I've got of this is of me playing this track in Ableton Live. I actually recorded it and stuck it up on YouTube on a separate channel. So have a listen to this and see what you think. There you go.
Hey.
You can definitely hear the similarities between them both.
Well, yeah, because
Sure, yeah.
they're both centered around that patch.
Around that same patch, yeah.
And it's this kind of rhythmic patch. And all I was doing was just playing, different notes. It was basically 4 different notes. And you just let it go and do its thing. And then I think what I did with mine was that I layered up. There's an FM8 patch in there. Massive was doing the drums.
I think I've seen CS80 as well, was it?
And the CS80 was that horn, that blade horn sound that Glenn had sent me. And yeah, it was just. And
by the way, Nick House says nice horn.
Oh yeah, gotta love a nice horn. Yeah. So yeah, it was just weird that Robert sent me this patch, this song. With this, that used the same patch around the same time, and we both done slightly different things with it. So yeah, it's that patch is included in Absinthe 6 because Absinthe 6 has got all the old patches in there as well, and it's definitely in there. So
very cool.
Have a go. Yeah.
Well done, Robbie. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah.
But,
no, he doesn't. He just doesn't give himself one.
No. But yeah, so if you want to send in some music, then please do. You can send it to me, rob@prosynthnetwork.com. If it's a large file that won't go in the email, just upload it to a file transfer service and send it over. Don't forget, we're also looking for more synthspirations because those have seemed to have dried up. But if you've got synthspirations where you just record yourself on video for a few minutes telling us about the songs and the albums that inspired you to make music with electronic equipment, then please do. I want to say a very massive happy birthday to this guy. No, not that guy. This guy, Mr. Tom Carpenter of Analog Solutions. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday to you, sir. I'm not going to tell everyone how old you are because you don't look a day over 60. But yeah, Tom is one of the nicest gentlemen in the business. He's just one of the nicest gentlemen, full stop. But as far as people in the world of synthesizers, you won't find a nicer, more generous, more humble man than Tom Carpenter, who makes incredible things. As you can see there, the TC5000. This was taken at the last Synth Fest, which was coming up to 2 years ago. But yeah, so happy birthday, Tom. I know he does occasionally watch the show. So I don't know if he's watching. Hopefully he's not. He's enjoying his birthday elsewhere. But happy birthday to you, sir. You are a legend. And I cannot wait to see you in October at Synthfest, where he has hinted that he will be showing something new. And it might be the last of the big ones, because we've had Colossus, we've had Maximus, we've had TC5000. Heaven knows what he's going to do next. But it's going to be good, because it's him. So happy birthday, Tom. Many, many happy returns of the day. If you want to see what Tom does, then all you got to do is pop over to Phil. Here we go. You pop over to the Analog Solutions website, and just even if you can't afford this stuff, you can just sit here and look at it for ages. He's done some amazing things. There's the TC5000. Then you've got that's Maximus, the full 8-voice Maximus polyphonic synth. There's Colossus with its additional cabinet on top. Which, in fact, apparently, if you are made homeless, you can go and live in it. He'll do a custom version with windows at the back. Maximus again. There's the 4-voice Maximus, and yeah, so he doesn't just do massive synths as well. He's done lots of smaller synths, and there's just a list of all of his legacy synths, like the Nyborg and the Telemark and the Polymath and the Treadstone, and the Mega City and Oberkorn. He's got a great eye for names as well. But yeah. There you go.
You've just seen Wagoo's comment. Tom should make something proper, not these pathetic little toys.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe he will. I don't know. But yeah, I just love the fact that he comes up with something and just says, screw it, I'm going to do it. Whether people like it or not. So if you can't afford one of those, because obviously they're quite a bit of money, how about treating yourself to a free synthesizer? Free, you say? Yes, free, completely free of charge. This one is called the Moody 6. I'm going to play a little bit of a demo because it's a long video, but I'll play a little clip. This is a Poly 6 emulation. Right, we'll leave it there because it's about a 7 or 8 minute video that. But yeah, this is Moody 6, which is a free Poly 6 voice analog synthesizer based on the Korg Poly 6. It doesn't contain any samples. It's all modelled. It's a 6-voice polyphonic synthesizer, as was the original Poly 6. Iconic SSM 2044 style 4-pole low-pass filter and the legendary effects section in there as well. It includes 3 classic Poly 6 hardware modes: the Noisy 6, the Poly Sex, and the Moddy Poly. So it's actually, you get quite a bit of synth for your money. In fact, you get a lot of synth for your money because he's actually offering this at pay what you want. So if you want to, you can pay nothing. But you know, if you like what you hear, then at least sling him a couple of quid for each of these. It's, you know, the Poly 6 has been done. Okay, it's been done officially by Korg in both their plug-in range, and also they did a rack extension for Reason some years ago. There might be some other emulations of it out there, but you know, to have one that doesn't cost anything at all if you don't want it to, which it contains all the original factory presets and a whole bunch of new additional features as well as all the existing ones as well. Comes in VST3 and audio units for both Mac and Windows. It's not a bad little thing, that. What do you reckon, guys?
Sounds good.
Does, yeah.
And for free. Yeah. Well, it's not for free. Really, if you like it, you should be giving the guy a bung for that anyway. Yeah. But
bung him a couple of quid at least.
The fact that he's actually given people the opportunity to basically take it for free, try it, and then throw him some cash at the end if you want.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's very good. It's good to see developers doing this. Yeah, it's pretty cool, really.
Nice little thing. I mean, I always had a soft spot for the hardware. I've never owned a Poly 6, but I got to play with one. I can't remember, many years ago. And when they brought the software version out, the very first preset, because I bought it on the Reason rack extension, the very first preset was this brilliant bass sound, and I used it on so many things that I was doing at the time. It was like a go-to bass sound. It had a punch to it. It cut through, but it had a nice weight as well. And I pretty much used this Poly 6 bass on everything I bloody did, and then started to explore it a little bit further on. And I really, really liked what I heard. And if I ever see a Poly 6 hardware synth, I will probably buy one if I can find one that's, you know, in decent nick. But yeah.
I've never actually tried one of the originals, but they do get great reviews.
Yeah, it's definitely a good synth for sure. What do you reckon, Kent?
Well, listening to that, he's managed to capture something in that SSM 2044's filters that even Korg didn't get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is very, very Poly 6 sounding. I played my Poly 6 to death for about 12, 13, 14 years or so. And yeah, I think I'm going to get it. I want to see if I can recreate, was it B7? The patch B7 on it.
Which? Let's see if I've got that here.
And you have it in unison.
Let's have a look. I've got the software version here.
Have a crack.
So let's see. Do they differentiate the factory presets? Here you go. Core factory presets. But they don't. You don't denote them by their original patch numbers. They've just got the names.
And of course, the original didn't have names because there was no display.
No. Let's see if I can. Let's just get rid of that. Stop screen, share screen, window. Do that as well. And we choose the Poly 6. Now I'm not sure if I need to turn off my background noise cancellation for this too. Tell me if you hear this. No?
No.
Not a Scooby. I know what it is. I need to fire up loopback. That's what I need to do and plumb it in that way. So add the source, Poly 6. There we go. So hopefully. And I just need to set up the MIDI. This is thrilling stuff for our viewers. Preferences, MIDI, Keylab. You hearing that?
Yeah.
Is it coming through okay, or is it being muffled?
That's all right.
Let me just turn my... Oh, yeah, because I haven't got my noise cancellation off. This was the bass sound that I was using on like so many things. Because it's got a nice punch to it, but it's not too much in your face. But it's got a nice little heft to it as well. But let's just bring this. This is very boring because bring that on screen. There it is. So yeah, factory bank could be anything because they're not denoted by B's.
No.
What sort of sound was it?
Oh Christ.
Was it pad, a lead?
You could play it as a pad in its poly mode. You had a long release on it. Wasn't modulated heavily or anything. No. Had a reasonable attack at the beginning and fade off.
That's a nice bass sound. I don't know. Could be anything. But anyway,
What's that like in unison? And then play down the bottom end. Yeah.
Where's it? Oh, that's been so long since I've used it.
Down at the bottom left.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. Unison.
It's not quite it, but
Similar.
I'll get this free one and have a crack.
Yeah, absolutely. Go
If
for
I
it.
can't find it, I'll recreate the sound.
Yeah. But yeah, to have those kind of sounds and the effects and everything in there for nothing is rather good.
Very good.
Somebody asked a question. It's just B7 was Rezo Bell, apparently. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
P7 was a Rezo, but was it really?
It hasn't got a search feature in here.
Oh no, hang on a minute. It might have been a different patch, but I had it set in a different location on one of my wave banks.
That's
I had
Rezo Bell.
No, that wasn't it. No, because I used to load the sounds into the tape in.
Right.
Because I'd made up loads of
So
basic sounds.
it was your B7, not
My
the
B7,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
But
Well,
I'm
then it
sure
could
it
be
was
anything.
an original factory patch, but I might have put it in a different location.
Well, if you download Moody 6, the 32 factory presets are all there. So it shouldn't take you long.
I will go sniffing.
It shouldn't take you long.
Mm.
But yeah, Moody 6. He also does some other stuff as well. Let me just bring the screen back here. And some other the other stuff is actually free too, such as Echo Dude Bucket Brigade Delay, vintage analog BBD Echo Delay. That's a pay what you want. He's also got another synth in there, a Soviet drum synth called the Marshka. Yeah. So yeah, go and check out his stuff. Overloud audio. Overload audio, not overloud. Although it could be if you wanted it to be, but over.
Turn it up. Yeah.
You only have to look at the
That's
ratings.
just when we
here.
play the trailers on PSN.
Well, quite, yeah. It's got a 4.9 rating out of 20, and 95% of those are 5 stars.
It's very good.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Talking of other freebies, I was I say not conned. I was fooled into thinking that this was a free one. But this is from Morpheus. This is 86, which is modelled on. When I saw 80, of course, the first thing you think about is another CS80. But this isn't. This is actually modelled on a Juno 6. And it really does have that sound. It's a very nice, very simple interface. I was told this was free. It's not. You can get a trial version, but the trial version apparently is I think it's just limited to the amount of sounds that you have in there. It's to buy. It's about £40-something. But I do have a demo, so why don't I play that and let you make up your own mind? Sounds
lovely, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
It does sound very good.
But
Some
the
nice
thing
effects
is,
with it as well. By the sound
if you're
of that.
modelling a Juno, if it doesn't sound good, then you've not modelled a Juno well, because the Junos just sound brilliant. Whatever, whichever version you've got. Although I think the 60 is probably the sweet spot. It's just almost impossible to make them sound bad, isn't it? And he's modelled every aspect of his Juno 6. So this, again, no samples here. This is all modelled stuff. And yes, there are lots of Juno plugins out there, including the official ones, but also some Arturia do one as well. So there are options, but this is not bad for the money. It does sound like a Juno.
Is that on hold? Was that demo? Was it on hold or something?
How do you mean?
Well, there was a hell of a lot of release on it, but the slider's only about halfway up.
I don't know. He might have had the pedal put down. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, but it sounded very nice.
Yeah. It certainly had the sound. It's very nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to hear it without any effects.
Yeah. But there's plenty of demos on there. And I think the full price. Let me just get this for you. Purchase a license. There you go. Yeah, $42.28 in British pounds. So I guess that's, I don't know what that is in euros or dollars. But yeah, you can buy that from their Gumroad site. And it's a fully modelled. He also does a CS80 emulation called Unstable. I think we've spoken about that one before. Also a Simmons emulation. So some nice stuff in there that he's got going. But yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. I also like the way it looks. Cool. I think it's a lovely
it's a
design.
nice interface.
Nice flat, nothing too fancy. It's just the panel. It's all you need. You've got 3 tabs at the bottom there. You've got an effects tab and a browser tab. But I was led to this because somebody said, it's a free Juno 6 plugin. Oh, hello. And I downloaded it and installed it. And then I noticed in the bottom right-hand corner, just about here where it says version 1.1, there was a little link on my version that says click to buy license. And I thought, hang on a minute, I thought this was free. And then I clicked on it. Of course, it takes me to this page. And I found out it wasn't. But it's still not a terrible price to pay if you haven't already got a Juno plugin. So there you go. Right, okay, so we've got about 45 minutes left. Let me just remind you that next week we've got the wonderful people from Cherry Audio coming on. We've got Dan, we've got Mal, and we've got James Terrace to come and tell us all about their new instrument, of which they dropped the final teaser trailer just the other day. Let us know what you think it might be. Now, without wanting to say anything and risking the wrath of Mr. Dan, they've not really hidden that one very. They've not made it terribly difficult.
I was going to say,
it's obvious it's the Moog one.
Far too many clues.
Far too many. Sometimes in recent releases, they've been a little bit obscure, but this one is like so on the nose. But yeah, we will see. Well, you will all find out what it is on June 16th, which I believe is Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday. At I think it's 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. LA, 7 p.m. in Europe. So if you want to go and hang around at the channel, they'll do the premiere as they always do, and they'll have an in-depth look at the instrument. All I can say, it's bloody brilliant, and it's quite an impressive thing in many ways, not just... That's it, I'm shutting up, I'm not going to say anything else. And of course the guys, as they always are, will be on the show next week to talk all about that, and there's a lot to talk about, trust me, there is a lot to talk about. And then the week after that, so they're on the 19th, so it'll be the 26th of June. This fellow will be on the show. He's been on before. His name is Michael Oakley. He is a singer, producer, songwriter, sound designer. He's a Scottish lad. So honestly, Scott, you've got to be here because he'll feel a lot happier with a fellow Scot. But he lives out in Canada. Yeah, he lives out in Canada. But he's got a brand new album out called Prologue. And apparently he's going to be clutching his balls and telling us the future. But he's a super nice guy. He's been on the show before.
That's a kind of a little trick that us Scots have all got.
What's that?
Holding our balls and telling the future.
There you go. So yeah,
well, we
come
do
and
that
join
as
us.
well. Just don't bother with the whole telling the future bit.
Excuse me. So next week, Cherry Audio. The week after, Michael Oakley. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell, and then we will know, or you will know when we go live. Also, Kissing the Machine, as you know him in the chat room, and his mother and father know him as Sean. Sent me this picture today of him wearing his ProSynth Network zip-up hoodie, which I've got one of those. They're very nice, very snug. And this was him at some charity event, like a rowing event, indoor rowing event that he was doing at his company. But he sent that to me today. He won't be watching the show live, he said, because I think he's too tired from his physical exertion. But there he is, wearing his rather nice zipped up ProSynth Network hoodie, which is available at our merchandise store, which you can find at this very address, prosynthnetwork.com/merch. And you can go and buy it. Although maybe this time of year, well, I don't know, do people wear those kind of things in the summer? They just don't wear much else. There you go. Right. Let's see what else we've done. We've done the Morpheus 86. We've done the Moody 6. Oh, here's another freebie. We're full of freebies. We're going to do this, and then we're going to come to you, Scott, and talk about your log. Captain's log. Captain's log. What was that joke we used to tell at school that involved Captain Kirk and his log? I can't remember now. Somebody, I'm sure somebody in the chat will remind us what that puerile joke was from the 1970s. But this is, he says this because I haven't even got the bloody screen set up to show. This is a filter. It's called Filtronics, and it's a ZDF circuit model filter. And here it is on the screen right now. It's available for exactly the same price as the Moody 6. It's £0 and 0 pence, but please do stop by and let them have some money as well. Name a fair price is what they say. This is a ZDF circuit modelled filter. And there is a demo video, but it wasn't by I don't believe it was by the manufacturer, so it was somebody else. I didn't want to show somebody else's video on there in case I upset people. But it is pretty much what you see on the screen here. It's there are four different filter models, which are modelled off of. I did have a list here. Here you go. Transistor ladder, a classic SVF, a polyphonic OTA, and a British CMOS filter. So there's four different filter types here. And there's you've got analog overdrive in there as well, and you can adjust the input and the output, and you can adjust the slopes and what have you. And you've got big cut-off knob in the middle, and then the resonance as well. It's just really a basic filter. But if you go and watch the demos that are out there, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's kind of meat and potatoes, really. It's just a good filter that you can apply to anything. Whether it's a single instrument or an entire track, fill your boots. Did anybody have it? Because I did put this on the list, but did anybody go and
I've not tried it yet, but will do. Very, very professional looking plug-in as well. It's very good layout.
Yeah, so
kind of got that fab filter feel about it, doesn't it?
Well, I thought it was when I first saw it. I thought it looks a bit fab filtery, but it's not. But yeah, it says in the blurb here that he plans to develop a Mac version. That's done. So the Mac version now exists. So when you download this, you get the choice of Windows or Mac. So that's already in the bag. But yeah, nice little filter there. It's worth bigging up these free things and send them some money if you think you like that. That's a nice one to have. Right, before we get to Scotty, a couple of things about shows. So I've been ordered by Peter to let everyone know that we have confirmed our date for Synth Southwest 2027. We've not long put Synth Southwest 2026 to bed, but Peter's been hard at work booking the venues, and so Synth Southwest shall return on Saturday the 17th of April, so a little bit later this year. I don't know when Easter falls, but we've managed to get all the venues, and this time we've got the theatre from 1 p.m. onwards, so not just for the evening. So we're going to be hopefully putting on seminars or talks of some description in the theatre. We'll have the expo again in the Strand Centre from 10 till 5. And then this bit, the bottom here, is very interesting because they have a large open-air space with a bandstand, essentially, of some... It's not your kind of traditional Trumpton thing. It's kind of like a mini Hollywood Bowl, a very, very mini Hollywood Bowl. But it's outdoors, it's covered. And we thought, wouldn't it be fun if we could also use that and put some live music on outdoors? Because hopefully in April, fingers crossed, the weather will be pretty good. And certainly that part of the world, that far down south, we should get some nice favourable winds. Apparently El Nino is going to be quite prominent over the next 12 months. So hopefully we'll get some decent weather. But yeah.
Will you have a round of smack the punter with a frisbee again?
Oh, we can try, yeah, but I don't think we'll get this time. I don't think we'll get Ty to do it again because that was the first time he did it in 10 years, and I don't think he'll do it ever again. But yeah, we'll try. We'll try and get some frisbee action going on there for sure. We've got no further details, but we just wanted to let you know that stick that date in your diary, keep it free. You've got no excuse. You've had plenty of warning. Saturday, 17th of April, 2027, in Dawlish, down there on the South Devon coast. So please stick that in your diaries, and we hope to see you there. talking of other shows, we are going to be, and I say we, Peter and I are going to be at this event. It took a year off, but it's back again. It's called Synthesized, and it takes place at the Centre for Computing History in Cambridge, which is a lovely venue. It has computers from way back, decades and decades ago, right up to the modern day stuff. It's got loads of arcade machines and video game consoles, but also lots of synthesizers as well. And they put on the show across 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So you can buy a day pass or you can buy a weekend pass for you, yourself, or your family as well. Bring the kids. There's loads of stuff for the kids to do. And we're going to be there. So at the moment, I'm taking the Yamaha YCAM system, so that's the QX1, the TX816, the RX11, and potentially the KX88. Peter is going to be bringing his kind of early MIDI rig, so he'll have an Atari ST hooked up to a sequential 6-track Korg Poly 800, Korg DDD1, and the Chroma Polaris. So you'll be able to kind of step back in time and see what it was like back in the early days when we were doing MIDI. And we've supported that event a lot over the years. I've taken Fairlights and all sorts of stuff. The last time we were there 2 years ago, we took all of the emulators, so that was very cool. Eddie Garcia is going to be there as well. He was also at Synth Southwest. He'll be bringing, I imagine he'll be bringing his massive stack of Roland synths, but also his guitar synths as well, which is always very interesting. Synth DIY UK will be there. A guy called Stuart Jessup will be there. He's bringing some stuff, and there's more people added to the roster as we get closer to the date. But there you go. You can see that was a Fairlight that I took up 1 year. Series 3. That PPG system belongs to my mate Barney, who managed to buy that from Stock Aitken and Waterman. It's the PWL PPG system used on many a hit record. ARP 2600s, and there's modal stuff you can see there. That's Chris Strellis on the right in his blue t-shirt. Liam Fretwell over there on the left there with his stuff, and CX5M, look at that. And that was the late John Malloy being interviewed in front of a big modular system from the Noise of Art and Greengate. We were talking about the Greengate sampler. Yeah, so it's a very good day. Oh, there's the EMU stuff that we took a couple of years back as well. So yeah, it's a really good day out, or a weekend out if you want. We'll be there both days, so do come and see us and have a gander. It's not too expensive to gander. It's a good little venue. Right. Let's talk logs. Let's talk logs. So, Scott, tell us, what have you done and why have you done it? And can we have a listen?
Yes, you certainly can. Right. Well, starting it off, it was basically because it all kind of started with the prologue. Because it's such an older kind of synth, and most of the sort of timbres have been covered by other sound designers and other banks, and I thought I just need a new palette of sounds to work with. And because you can, it's kind of open source where you can design and make your own oscillators for either, well, any of the log instruments, whether it be the mini log or the pro log, or there's the NT1 as well, I think. Yeah. I just thought I'm going to get my head into this and just see if ChatGPT can help me. And because I'm not great with coding, I had a sort of basic knowledge of coding, and I just sat and worked it step by step through. And I've now got what I think is 3 that will use it in the Prologue bank that I'm away to do just now. The first one being a standard FM, the second one being a through zero FM, which is, I think there's over 40 different waveforms that you can send to each other inside the one oscillator. Okay. And then I've got one that I've called Stepper, which is basically a very similar oscillator to the through zero FM one, except you've got wave A and wave B. You've got 60 different waveforms in wave A and 60 different waveforms in wave B. You can through zero A to B or B to A, whatever way you want to go, and dial that in. If you don't want to do that, you can then go to the step mode, and what it does is every key press steps through each individual waveform.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for likes of plucks and things like that, it sounds great. So you can either have it not stepping, you can have wave A's stepping, but wave B stays the same. So you could use wave B as the through zero FM. source, if you like, into the wave A that keeps stepping its way through, or you can do it all in opposite directions, or you can also step both A and B. So you're actually getting two different waveforms in the same oscillator. So you can end up having, in theory, 4 different waveforms rather than just the 3 that you get when you've got your standard logs. Can you hear that?
Yep, we got that.
So if that is not stepping at the moment. So if I just put it into normal poly mode, and I'll take the effects off. So that's wave A. I'll switch this camera down so you can actually see what I'm doing here, actually. I think it's that one. Yes, right. So if I pan the shape to the left, you're hearing wave A. If I pan it to the right, you're hearing wave B.
Yep.
So if I keep it on A, oh, I'm in the wrong mode here. Hang on. Go to wave A. I got something else on there. So that's all the 60 waveforms in A, and then if I switch it over to B, but then what you can do is, so you've got 60 in each, but then you can go into, if I put it in an ARP mode, because this is what it really works well in ARPs. If I put it onto, I'll turn wave B to wave 1 and wave A on wave 1, and then I'll set it to step mode 2, which only steps A. So every note that gets pressed, you get a different wave shape.
Yeah.
It's a really cool effect. If I put it to step mode 3 on here, that basically does steps B but leaves A alone. And the waves between A and B are all completely different. If I put it on step mode 4, it steps them both. So I would put that then at 12 o'clock rather than on A or B. And it's when you start bringing in reverb, delay.
Sounds nice.
It's a really unusual effect. But then what you can do as well is you can say, okay, I want to add a bit of FM into that. So you've got FM mode 1 or 2. So 1 sends A to B, 2 sends B to A. So it's up to you which way you want to send them.
Okay.
And then the next step is through 0 depth. So this can get quite crazy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But what you can also do is say you just don't want the step mode in there. You just turn step mode to 1 and nothing steps. So then you can just select wave A to whatever you want it to be. So if I turn that to just a normal. That's because I've got FM on.
That's why it sounds awesome.
And go back to A. So that's wave A, and then you can say, go and select B. But what you'll hear it better in is on the multi-poly, it's great because you can do arpeggios and things like that with it, but obviously with the low voice count, it's not that great when it comes to doing pads and chords. I've got a few sounds over on the, I change this to, is it that one? Nope. It's this one, and I'll put the lights on. Hang on. Right, there we go.
Oh, look, you've got legs after all.
Now that is purely this oscillator.
Right.
What else have we got in here? What it's really good with is basses. So if I turn my oscillator off, that's basically saws just straight from what basically as low as you would get. Well, not as low as you would get, but that's as fat as the if you wanted that type of sound that you would get from the Prologue. But hear that?
Yeah.
So it can add quite a bit of heft.
Yeah.
But you get pads, you get really nice glassy pads from it. Which you could never get from the Prologue before unless you invested in one of these like Sine Vibes oscillators.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is, because I'm using these, I'll be using these oscillators to make this bank, I'm just going to give them away for free. I'm not looking to sell them. It just gives me a better palette to work with.
Yeah.
It can get very sort of very DX like.
Oh yeah.
So the only thing with this is that when you change on any of the user oscillators, it's not mine, it's when you change patches, it just takes a little second for the user oscillator to kick in. And that's not using the stepper side of things, that's just using like Wave 8 and sort of FMing it into the cross modding it. That sounds a little bit crackly. What's going on there? Is that me or is that you? My mic?
I don't know.
It certainly shouldn't be the synth.
It sounds alright.
Yeah, hang on. Maybe it is the synth. No, it's not the synth.
Can you hear anything? I can't hear anything. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it's gone now. It wasn't that one. It was my mini log for some reason.
It's always bothered me that they've not made as much of the this ability, the log ability, as I think they could have done. I think they could have exploited it a little more. But it's fascinating stuff. The fact that you can knock this up, because you didn't spend a huge amount of time on this, did you?
That's been about 2.5 weeks all in.
Yeah.
And I've got, out of that, I've got 3, I think, at the moment usable. Obviously, I'm trying to test them as much as I can, throwing various different things at them. But yeah, they're in there and they're working. But I've also got, where am I? Here. And it's time consuming and it can be quite monotonous just working away through any little problems that you come across. I'm just trying to find. Here's one. And that's one of the other oscillators. That's the Through Zero FM one that I'm using there. Very bell-like.
Yeah. As all good FM sound should be. Well, I thought if I don't say it, somebody else will.
But for pads, like if I take the two oscillators out, this is what the Through Zero FM one's doing. Because what I've got in the Through Zero FM one is a mod source, so it's basically got its own built-in LFO with various different. Well, it's not just an LFO. You can use it it can be an envelope, it can be a square LFO, a sine LFO, whatever you want it to be, and it will kind of change the sound. But when you start bringing it in with the analog in the back. What else have we got in here? That's the DX key. So it's basically just giving me sounds for these synths. Well, not just me, anyone that buys the packs. Sounds for the synths that they're not going to be able to get. It just seems to bring a bit of a glassiness to it.
Yeah.
Which I love. And I do have, which are in my multi-poly, the mini log banks. I did have oscillators in there, like they're. I turn that down. So these are just like wavetable banks that you can scan through. And again, I used quite a few of them in the mini log bank, so they were supplied with that.
So, Sonus is asking in the chat, what part did ChatGPT have to play in your development of this?
Basically helping me with the coding. All the ideas were mine. It was basically, I knew exactly what I wanted from an oscillator. But I didn't know how to code it all. So I would basically sit with ChatGPT, and don't get me wrong, a lot of it was trial and error, and sometimes he just wouldn't get it wrong. And it actually got to the point where I threatened to move over to Claude, and then he started getting it right. I'm saying he or she, it. But yeah, so it was really just to help me with the coding side of things, Sonus. It was I've got very minimal coding experience, so I thought I'll give it a go and see how it goes. And it was risky because you can brick a synth, but the thing is you can reset them and bring them back again. But I thought I'll try it all on the mini log, and if I can get them working on the mini log and they seem quite solid on there, because you can do some quite complex sequencing and things with the mini log. So I tried all that, and it worked fine. And that's when I was brave enough to sort of fire them over, do them in a sort of prologue format, and put them into that. And they seem to, so far, touch wood, they're working fine. But it's very clever stuff.
Nick's
FM ones
asking, you optimize for Prolog versus Minilog, or is it the same suite?
It's the same suite. Yeah, it's the same suite. I will test, because it's quite early stages of testing with the Prolog just now. But basically in the SDK that comes from Korg, which is the software development kit that comes with them, they kind of give you guidelines of how the file structure and everything should be in the architecture that you're working by, which I then explained all that to AI and said, right, this is the boundaries that I have to work within. And then we're basically I would tell him, no, that's not working. This is what's happening, or her, should I say, it. And it was basically just a case of going back and forward. And I would amend the code that I knew how to amend. And if I got stuck with something, I would ask the question, how do I code this out? But yeah, it's it was interesting. It was a real eye-opener for me, and it allowed me to get some oscillators into these things that, first of all, I can just provide to people for free, rather than, oh, well, I've done these patches and I've used sine vibes, so they're not really any use to anyone unless someone goes away and pays the, whatever, I think sine vibes are like 40 quid or whatever it is, 30-something pound just for one oscillator. So I thought, I'll just give these away with the patches, and then, because the patches will use them, so they'll just get it with the bank free of charge.
And is this Evolution Volume 1, that's the first kind of product from...
That's the first Korg mini-log one that I've done, that uses the I think there's 6 in total. Yeah, there were 6 different oscillators in there, but they're all just wavetables that you can scan through.
Okay.
These new oscillators that are done really get into depth with the multi-engine side of things, so you can go into this. It's basically, you go into various menus inside here. When you go into edit mode, you hit that when you're in the multi-engine side of things. If I go into stepper, and then I put in these menus, so you've got wave A, wave B, with the 60 different wave choices. You've got the through zero FM choices, whether it's A to B or B to A, which is 1 or 2. You've got the through zero FM depth, and then you've got step mode 1, which is no stepping at all. Step mode 2 is wave A stepping. Step mode 3 is wave B stepping, but wave A stays the same. And step mode 4 is the both step through. And then you've got bit crush in there, which can add some real, if I just a quick. Right, that's stepping, so I'll take the step off just now. And turn this to wave A1, wave B1. So that's just wave A, the very first wave on wave A. And if I go into there and put on the bit crush, it's a real nice way to just add some extra little sparkly harmonics on the top.
Yeah.
And obviously the bit crush gets more interesting the more, like, if you start to use FM, because the FM's sort of throwing about the pitch modulation a bit, so the bit crush kind of moves, and it's if I do FM B to A and then dial in a bit of FM, let's see what we get. 0 FM. Mic on beat A there. And then what you can also do is, when you start to get that sort of phasing effect between them, the two of them, you can actually map the shape to the LFO that's built into the synth. That's one of the synths. So if I... It just gives a heap of different sounds that you just couldn't get out of the synth before, which I love, because it just gives me loads of new things to play with, you know.
And that's what I think is the cool thing about these log synths, you know, the Pro log and the mini log, is that it can be extended beyond its basic capability.
Massively.
And I'm just amazed that Korg haven't made even more of that than than they have. And maybe that's, you know, I don't know, because they had that thing wrapped in a plastic bag at Super Booth. Maybe that will take it to the next stage. There's a couple of questions, actually. Well, so one question, one offer of help. Nick Howe says, if you need someone to test on the NTS1, let him know. He's happy to.
Okay. As
am I, because I've got an original NTS1 here. So if you want to,
cool.
So by all means. AD Vision was asking in the chat, can I ask what operating system and software he uses to write and compile?
I believe it or not, everything was done in terminal.
Okay.
I done the whole lot just in Apple terminal. The SDK is freely available through the Korg website. You can just basically pull the SDK down, and you basically put that in a specific folder, and it has to be saved in a specific way. And then you start building your oscillators from there, just with your C++. Basically, I just used CPP files. When you start getting more in depth, you end up with HPP files and things in there as well. But yeah, it's straightforward. But I'm saying it's straightforward because I did get a lot of help through ChatGPT, sort of keeping me semi-right. It didn't always get it right, but it always says at the bottom, this could be wrong, you know. So you try it. It was for me, it was just trial and error. And to be entirely honest with you, if it wasn't for ChatGPT, I could never have coded this myself. I could never have learned the code. So it was very, very useful for that. As much as I'm not anti-AI, but it was very, very useful for that side of things. It was like having a code tutor beside you, just to sort of keep you right, or semi-right, at least put you in the right direction. But there was a lot ironing out things, like certain frequencies, like say wave A number 32. If you put it with wave B number 24, for some reason it would just lock up, and you would just get. And it took us probably 4 or 5 days to get to the bottom of what that is. Right. And do I know what the problem was? No, I think we just hit it by sheer luck, and we've now ironed it out. It's gone. It was a simple one. If it locked up, you just had to reboot the synth, and then that was it. We would start trying to work it out again. But yeah, it's C++. It was like it fried my head at the start, because I think the last time I'd done that was at school, which wasn't last week.
C++ is what I got in geography back in the day.
Christ, I was E-.
So you say you're using ChatGPT. Are you using a paid version, like you subscribed to?
Yeah.
Because
I paid for it, but then when I threatened to move to Claude, I said, this is rubbish. It's just not working, and I unsubscribed. But I still had the month left. So at the moment, I think I've got everything ironed out, and I'm quite happy with them, with the 3 of them that I think that will supply with the bank, cool. Unless I come across some problems when I'm programming here. But because I do when I'm programming, it's quite a good test when you're developing a bank anyway, because you're trying all these new things. Yeah. So probably more so than most people would do with the synth, really, to be honest with you, because you're getting in there and sort of sending one thing to another to see how it sounds. And so far, touch wood. Stuff. Yeah, so it's been very interesting, and it gives people some sounds for their prologue that they can't get anywhere else, really. So
absolutely. No, very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And let us know when those banks come out, and obviously
I will
mention those. Excellent. There we go. Let's see. Right. So I think we've pretty much reached the limit, and we've only got a few minutes left anyway. So let me just remind you that next week we've got Cherry Audio coming on to talk about their new synth, which is coming out on Tuesday. So actually Tuesday is going to be quite a busy day. So keep your peepers peeled for new things on Tuesday. That's all I'm at liberty to say. But we will definitely be talking about them Friday, especially the Cherry Audio thing, because we'll have Dan and Mal and James Terrace on the show to tell us all about it. And it's very interesting. That's all I can say. What else have we got? The week after that, we've got Michael Oakley. His name just completely went out of my head there. Michael Oakley will be joining us. He's got a brand new album out. It's called Prologue. It's available on Bandcamp at the moment. And he also does sound design work for Roland and for Reason and for other places as well. And some very cool stuff coming your way over the next few weeks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and then you'll get notified. My Logify is saying in the chat, when will we see James Dyson in the show? When James is ready to come on, because normally when you watch any of James's streams, you just see his hands or his fingers. But just recently, he's actually been showing his face, so maybe he's just getting a little braver. We'd be more than happy to have James Dyson on the show. He's a good friend, and he's done some great stuff for us in the Patreon field, which is very useful. He's provided a whole bunch of sounds for Cherry Audio synths and hardware synths and all sorts of stuff. So, we'd love to have James in. And he was in the chat earlier on, so ask him yourself.
He's got parent duties at the moment, so
right. So but yes, by all means, do persuade him if you can. We'd love to have him on. Right. So I think that kind of brings us to the end of the show. I'm just going to say I need to say publicly a big thank you to Manny, Dr. Manny Fernandez, Dr. Synth in the chat, for helping me upgrade my SY88's internal RAM to the full whopping 3 megabytes by sending over 5 expansion cards that go in the back of that thing. But I also picked up this, and I have to say a big thank you to the gentleman that provided me with the opportunity to buy this. Mark Hunt is his name, and he just happened to mention on a post that he got one of these for sale, and this is utterly unique, and I'm incredibly grateful. He said, "I'll send it to you, and when you get it, if you're happy with it, then you can pay me," rather than, because we'd never done any, I didn't know him from Adam, which I thought was a very, very kind and generous thing to do. So he sent me this, which is the Sector 101 Waveblade card and programmer for the SY99 and also other SYs. But this is 8 megabytes of sample RAM that you can program yourself using this little device underneath, and a copy of Derek's SY factory software, which allows you to program stuff on there. So that's what I'll be learning about over the next few weeks, trying to figure out how to get everything on there. But I also want to give a mention, and we will do a proper show on this subject when we're able to secure the services of the filmmaker behind it. But I was very lucky and fortunate enough to be able to go to London I went on Sunday to do an interview with said lady, and then on Tuesday we went to the UK premiere of this amazing film. It's called Resonator. Resonator is the name of this instrument. It's a pitch tracking synthesizer that was invented by a gentleman by the name of Don Tavel. Unfortunately, Don died in 1988, just 10 weeks after the birth of his daughter, Alison. So Alison never really knew her father, and she knew he'd invented a synthesizer. In fact, she when she was a young kid, she actually thought he invented the synthesizer, like all synthesizers. But it turns out he just invented this one. And it was a project that he tried to get off the ground, and it never did happen for lots of reasons, and I won't tell you why, because you won't then have any reason to go and watch the film. But it won the South by Southwest Audience Award, which is pretty much the top award that you can win at South by Southwest. And it's premiered all over the world. It's available to stream. Has been available to stream for some while in the US on pretty much all the major streaming channels and the Criterion channel as well. But it is now available here in the UK on Apple TV to rent and to buy, with other streaming channels coming on board as the months go by. So it'll be on Amazon, it'll be on YouTube, it'll be on Google and various other places as well. It is an amazing film. Because it started off being made about this instrument that her dad had made, and very soon became a very personal journey for Alison to discover who her father was. That's him right there in the middle. She had no idea that it would turn into this kind of very emotional roller coaster ride, but at the same time she gets to fix up this machine which Don developed. He went to Mike Beagle of Neutron fame, and he helped a lot with the circuitry and the design and putting the prototypes together. Peter Gabriel bought 3 of these at Psycho Systems, and she managed to find about 6 of them. There was also a 6-voice version called the Hexanator, which there's only one of, but it's a fascinating film, and I urge you to go and see it. Well, you don't have to go anyway. You could just rent it on Apple TV. It's like $8.95 to buy and £4 something to rent. But yeah, go and see it, and then go and buy the soundtrack album, which is fantastic as well. Every piece of music on there made with the Resonator. It's a fascinating piece of kit, and it will be coming out in hardware and software, a brand new version of it, fairly soon, she hopes. But look out for Sound on Sound podcasts in the coming weeks, because that's who I interviewed her for. So that'll be going online fairly soon. But yeah, go and check out Resonator. It's a brilliant film made by a brilliant woman who's done a fantastic job. Paid for it all herself with a little bit of help from Kickstarter. It's fantastic. Right, that's it. That's a show. We're done. Next week, very busy. Lots of things to talk about. Of course, we've got our guests from Cherry Audio joining us. Gentlemen, busy weekends ahead?
Quiet, I think, for me.
Yeah. Cool. Always good.
Shauna's got a long weekend off, so...
Hey, so, yeah.
You can?
Busy.
Busy doing what? Muzzy?
Muzzies.
Yeah.
And, oh God, there was something else I've got to do as well. Oh, I'll remember when it's too late. There was something else to do.
Oh, you've got that 909 that you found to send me.
Yeah, is it JX10 super whatnotty, and a 106, and a what else was there? Something else. Poly 6. That 4-part Roland rack thing, string synth thing. Can't remember what it's called. It's one of them.
I was hoping I might go and pick this thing up this weekend, but it's not going to happen, so it's probably going to be next weekend. But I've managed to secure a Roland TR707. Yes.
Oh.
So that'll be coming in fairly soon. Looking forward to that. But yeah, this weekend I'm picking up my new glasses, my new spectacles.
Huh.
It set me back to the tune of £520.
I told you how. No,
You should have just got the £8 ones off Amazon like I wear.
Oof. I wish I could get away with that, but it's funny because I have 2 pairs, and I have one pair that I'm supposed to use here at my desk, but if I wear them, because they're varifocals, I'd have to be like this, or I'd be like this, and I can never get on with them. So actually, this distance is absolutely fine. But once I go outside, I'm buggered. So I've ordered an extra pair of sunglasses this time. So yes. Anyway, and then I'm going into the storage unit, and I'm taking some stuff out of here. I'm putting it into storage.
That's it. Rub it in.
Yeah. Well, there's certain things in here that I will never use. Like, for example, my Alesis Fusion. I'll never sell it because I have an emotional attachment to it, but I never use it, and I really, should get rid. But it's going to go in a case. It's going to go into storage, and then I'll probably find some other bits that I'll take in there as well.
Did you work out how much the shipping was going to be to send me that DX1, Rob?
Yeah, I did. Far too much.
Ah, damn.
You don't want it. You don't want it. It ain't all that.
Besides, you've got to ask my permission first.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Git face.
I'll bring your Hydrosynth back, by the way, as well, because that sits up there. Doesn't do much.
Oh, God, yeah.
Anyway.
That's a sin, Rob. Hydrosynth not doing much.
I know. I'd like it, but I just never kind of gelled with it. But I was worried about the Leviasynth. And not, because I thought if I didn't gel with the Hydrosynth, maybe I wouldn't gel with that. But I did, thankfully. So, anyway. There we go. That's the show, gentlemen. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you to everyone for hanging around and watching for the last couple of hours. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you tell everyone about it, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to make a donation, you can do so after the fact through the thanks button, or you can come and buy some merchandise or subscribe to the Patreon channel. And apparently hit the hype button as well. I'd forgotten all about the hype button until I was watching Sonic State of the weekend and Gaz mentioned it. So apparently you can hit a hype button and that gets us points. And what do points make?
Prizes!
Subscribers, apparently. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but just do it. Would be very nice if you could. So we'll see you same time, same place next week. Make sure you bookmark it because we will be here with the Cherry Audio guys talking about their brand new synth that's coming out on Tuesday. There'll be lots of other things to talk about as well. So have a great weekend. Make lots of music. Go and watch all the other music channels, including Jason on Sunday as well. Go and watch all the other synth channels and support them and subscribe to them as well. And we will see you same time, same place next week. Have a marvellous weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
See ya.